So on September 7, 2019, I checked out this microphone from a company called ThronMax. This is the M-Drill 1 Pro USB Type-C microphone that is plug and play and doesn't require any drivers. Today, September 13, 2020, weird coincidence, but almost a year later, I'm now talking about their new and improved M-Drill 1 Pro USB microphone. Literally looks the exact same, but there is a ton of features and improvements on this microphone that I think you guys should definitely check out. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video, we're really going to try and talk about this microphone and three specific points. The price value aspect of this microphone, the features and what comes included, and then also give you some audio recordings that I've done so you can determine the difference between the, new and the old, but also help you determine if this is a microphone that you want to invest in for whatever situation you might be using it for. You might be using it for gaming or streaming, a podcast, or maybe just wanting to, have a basic, simple USB microphone for your next Skype call or whatever it might be. So if you like this video and you found it helpful, chuck me a like, get subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Okay, so as you can see, we're currently here at my desk and there's quite a bit going on. And the reason why I've done it like that is so you can see that this is one take and it's all unedited, and you can really get an idea of what kind of audio quality you're going to get from this particular microphone. So on the screen right now in the top right corner, you've got myself. I'm talking to you through my Sony a7S II camera, and the microphone that I'm currently using for this part is the Rode Wireless Go microphone. Then what you can see in the bottom right is the Logitech Brio webcam pointed down at the microphone, so you can see the different features of the microphone. You can see me interact and point out different things. And then up in the top left, we've got Adobe Audition. Had a bit of a mind blank. Adobe Audition, so you can see the audio recordings happening in real time. And then you've got here as well just a web browser, so I can quickly talk about some of the features, show you some of the prices, and we can go through some of the tech specs and that kind of stuff. So let's start there, and then we'll work our way through, and at the end you'll hear the audio recordings. So if you haven't heard about ThronMax, they've actually been around now for a few years, and they've actually been making some really good quality products. And I think personally, it's actually really good value as well, which I'm always a big fan of. This microphone in Australia right now is $179. The price will vary depending on the seller that you're getting it from. I will put links to all the different places you can get it, such as Amazon, some Australian websites, and also the prices at different retailers as well, so you can check that out. But I think for $179 for a simple USB Type-C microphone with a lot of features and really good quality recording, I think is actually pretty good value when you put this up in comparison to some of the other bigger names that are out there. In terms of some of the features of this microphone, so you've got this Vertigain technology, which basically just improves the overall audio quality of the microphone. It improves the way that the condensers receive, the audio signal, being of your voice or a guitar or whatever it might be. And then you've got here 4 dedicated recording modes, which actually is probably one of the standout features. So it's very versatile. At the moment, you're going to be, hearing everything in the cardioid audio pickup pattern. So that's really just for you if you're speaking straight into the microphone. But you've got some other features here like stereo, bidirectional, and omnidirectional. So you might have this on maybe a table in a podcast situation. So stereo or omnidirectional would work, or bidirectional could work really well. So if you've got someone on either side of the microphone, or if you want to do something like omni, which is 360, you could have it on a desk in like a boardroom situation. So it wouldn't matter where the audio or where the sound is coming from. Everyone's going to have, a good line of sight to the microphone, and the microphone's going to be picking up all the different voices that are around the table, for example. But primarily today we're going to be using it in the cardioid pickup pattern, and the cool thing about that is that For example, if I put this microphone up in the way that I would have it here, so something like this, and my keyboard is on the other side here, it's going to be picking up my voice, but not necessarily picking up the sounds of the mouse or the keyboard on the other side, which is very, very nice if you're gaming or streaming. If we keep going down here, you can see some of the different features. So you've got here the stand that comes included, obviously. You know, it's very, very simple to set up and adjust. You've basically just got 2 screws here that you can tighten or loosen to get it in the right position. And once you've got it there and it's tight, you know, you can still move it, but it's going to stay set at that particular angle. With this microphone as well, it's worth mentioning, you're basically speaking into, I guess, the front of the microphone. It's not really set up in cardioid to talk in from the top. So you'd want to make sure you're speaking basically into the tallest part of the microphone. A few other cool features is that you can actually go ahead and with this little button on the front, you can quickly click to mute or unmute. So that's really handy if you're streaming, you're in a meeting maybe, and you want to just go ahead and mute yourself so you can have a conversation with someone else. And then you've got down on here at the very bottom a button so you can go ahead and cycle through some different colors. So I might just spin this around so you can see it on the webcam there. If we go ahead and, sorry, wrong button, this one here on the bottom, if you want to press it, you can change the lighting effect on the bottom here, which is, you know, just a nice little cool feature that they've included. Something else which I really like is the fact that you've got here a actual, I guess, LED indicator to give you an idea of the volume and the gain on the microphone. So you can adjust that on the fly with actually a real LED indicator that is happening in real time, and you don't have to modify the audio sensitivity or volume in Windows while you're in the meeting. You can literally make slight adjustments. So if someone says, hey, you're a bit quiet, you can just turn up the sensitivity, the gain a little bit, and then you can ask them how that is, and you don't have to leave what you're doing. You can literally just do that on the microphone, which I think is very, very nice. Couple other things worth mentioning. You've got a universal mount at the bottom of the microphone. So if you want to mount it to a boom arm or a stand or anything that you might have already for a microphone, this will easily work with like the Rode boom arms or just a generic boom arm. I'm pretty sure that the actual microphone, the thread on the bottom here is a 5/8 threading, which is a standard thread in this kind of industry, in the audio microphone industry. So yeah, whatever boom arm you have, you can definitely use that. If we keep going down, you can see here as well that there is a 3.5mm audio jack, which is kind of there where you can see my finger. It's a bit hard to see maybe on the webcam, but the point of that is so you can plug in a pair of headphones and you can get, I guess, real-time audio monitoring from the microphone straight into your headphones. So that's perfect if you're a musician, or if you're streaming and you want to make sure that you sound good before you press the record button. It's a really, really cool feature. So any 3.5mm headphone will work in this microphone. You'll be able to monitor yourself without any latency, compared to going through Windows where you get a few milliseconds of latency, which can definitely throw you off when you're making music or recording or whatever it is that you're doing. Now, in terms of compatibility, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned before that this is a driverless microphone. There's no software you need to install. It's simple plug and play. It will work with an iMac, a PC, game console like Xbox, PS4, and everything else really in between. So you can even probably use it if you've got the right adapter on, like, for example, a mobile phone, and that should work in theory as well. But you will not have any issues on things like game consoles, PC or Mac. I've tested it and it works without any configuration at all. It simply just pops up in your settings. You just choose the device, the M-Drill 1 Pro. It's got a name, and it's very, very simple and easy to set up to use. Suggested applications obviously is vocals, music. You can literally use it with anything, and a lot of the apps like Skype, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, basically any audio recording software will work with this microphone. Tech specs, it is 48 kilohertz, but it will actually, if I show you here on the screen, if we go into the recording settings, you can see here it actually does go up to 96,000 hertz, 24-bit, which is really nice. So it's actually a really good quality microphone that can go up a bit higher. So I don't know if this needs to be updated from ThornMax. Possibly it does. You've got 3 16mm condensers. So they're in basically like a triangle situation, and that's how it works to give you multiple recording modes. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. The frequency response feature is there as well, so 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And then you've got some other things like HD voice. Now Thronmax doesn't just make this microphone, they make a lot of other ones as well. So, you know, go over and check out their different microphones on the website, and that way you can get an idea of their, I guess, complete range of products. So as I mentioned before, in the Windows settings, you can see here on the screen, when you go down to your sound settings, so you just right click on the speaker icon and click on sounds. For Mac, it might be a little bit different. I think you have to go into system preferences and then sounds. You can see here at the very bottom, we've got our speakers, our Thronmax M Dual 1 Pro. And the reason why it shows up as speakers is because if you plug in your headphones, you can hear whatever you're listening to on your computer through the particular microphone. And then in the recording section, you can see here as well, if we go down, you've got the Thronmax M Dual 1 Pro. If we double click on that, you can get some I guess settings here to control the microphone. If you want to change the icon and stuff, you can do that. But the level that I've currently got it set to that you're going to be hearing is about 75 in Windows. And then if we go into advanced, you can see here that it's set up in 2-channel, 24-bit, 96,000 hertz, studio quality apparently. And we're going to hit apply, which we've already done, and press OK. From there, we're going to go into Adobe Audition, which is my preferred I guess software for capturing audio, and we're going to read some test phrases which really accentuate the S, the P, and the T, and you can hear what that sounds like. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Press the pants and sew a button on the vest. The swan dive was far short of perfect. The beauty of the view stunned the young boy. 2 blue fish swam in the tank. Her purse was full of useless trash. The colt reared and threw the tall rider. So that's how it sounds with the microphone in the cardioid pickup pattern, the Thronmax M Dual 1 Pro. What I'll do now is I'm going to unplug everything, press stop on the recording for a moment. We're going to switch over to the old version, the M Dual 1 Pro, and we'll see how that sounds in comparison. Okay, so we've now got the old M Dual 1 Pro microphone plugged in, and now let's read the same sentences so we can get a bit of a comparison between the new and the old. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Press the pants and sew a button on the vest. The swan dive was far short of perfect. The beauty of the view stunned the young boy. 2 blue fish swam in the tank. Her purse was full of useless trash. The colt reared and threw the tall rider. Okay, so that's the audio recording with the old M Dual 1 Pro USB microphone. I can personally already tell a difference just going from the new back to the old again, that the old one doesn't pick up my voice nearly as well. And I mean, this was the very, very first version and it was okay, but it definitely doesn't even compare to the new microphones that are on the market and also the new one from Thronmax. So let's go ahead and unplug this, plug in the new version, do those audio recordings one more time, just so you can get a comparison. Okay, so we've got the new M Dual 1 Pro USB microphone plugged back in. That's what you're currently hearing me through. And now let's read the same sentences again, just so you can get that, I guess, one last comparison. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Press the pants and sew a button on the vest. The swan dive was far short of perfect. The beauty of the view stunned the young boy. 2 blue fish swam in the tank. Her purse was full of useless trash. The colt reared and threw the tall rider. Okay, so that's the audio recording of the Thronmax M Dual 1 Pro. What do you guys think of this particular microphone? I think it sounds good. I think for the features that you get, for the quality, and also, I guess, the price, I think it's a very compelling buy, and it makes it difficult, I guess, spending a lot more for a microphone in comparison to some of the more expensive brands that are out there. If you guys found this video helpful, can you please let me know by chucking me a like or a dislike or a comment down below. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, or you want to support the channel, then get subscribed. And if you want to know I guess what to watch now that you're at the end of this video. Maybe one to check out is the review of the old Thronmax M1 Pro that I did a year ago, or the room tour I did last week. So take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching this video once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.